Hey guys, this is Diana. This is my week 12/week 13 VSG update. I had surgery on May 23rd, 2016 at Memorial Hermann Hospital, Memorial City, under the care of Dr. Jorge Leyva. So let me start off by apologizing. I did not post a week 12 update. I had to go back to work, back to school. And I had a really hectic week, and then week 13, even though it's technically on Monday, it's the first day of school, and I'll be back with teaching. So I figured I wouldn't have the time or the strength or the energy to do it. So I figured might as well do it on the weekend when I know I have time and I can actually do it, versus being late again for like making it like a 3-week update type of thing. So I'll get down to my stats now. My surgery weight on May 23rd, 2016 was 277. My current weight is 232 pounds, 0.8 ounces. I am ecstatic with that number. Yay! I can't remember being 230 anything, let alone 232.8 pounds. On week 12, I'll break it down now. On week 12, I lost 2.2 pounds. On week 13, it was 2.6 pounds. So that's a total of 4.8 pounds in 2 weeks. So as you can see, I have that pattern of 2 pounds a week. I could complain, but I'm not. I'm absolutely ecstatic with that number. I mean, if that is what my body needs in order... Sorry, I'm just noticing my top is kind of off. Sorry. If that's what my body needs to do in order to stay healthy, and I'm not perfect, I don't always get all my protein in, and I'll get into that later, but I'm doing the best that I can, and with me doing the best that I can, if that means I lose 2 point whatever, then that's what it is, and I couldn't be happier. So I also took my measurements. These were from week 12. From month 2 to month 3, I lost 14.5 inches. 7 of those were from my abdomen area. And total since surgery, I have lost 30 inches, you guys. That's like over 2 feet. 30 inches. I was so ecstatic with that number. Like, when I took my measurements and I like added them all up, I showed my little sister. I was like, on the tape measure, I was like, look, this is what I've lost. And it just... I know 44.2 pounds is a whole lot of weight to lose in 3 months, but I don't know why, like in my head, like 33 inches was so much more. I think it's because I could see the 33 inches and it was something tangible that I could see, like, versus the 44.2 pounds, I can't hold 44 pounds, like, I can't, like, this is the fat I've lost, type of thing. So, I don't know. So, all of this to say, if you're still pre-op, take your measurements so you can see how and where your body's changing, because you never know until you see it. And taking those measurements, it just, not only that, it motivates you and to see where the weight is going. Because I know for me, sometimes, when you think 2.2 pounds here, 2.6 pounds there, you don't really know where that weight is coming off from. Like, I know, to me, sometimes I was like, I lost it, in my pinky toe type of thing, but when you take your measurements and you see it and you're like, okay, I lost it from my abdomen, I've lost it in my arms, I lost it in my legs, it really helps you see where you're losing it. And not only that, but like on the flip side of that is like where you need to lose more type of thing. And I guess that's not really so much for me. I'm not really focusing on where I need to lose it right now, because I'm more like, I need to lose it everywhere. It's not like this one problem area, like the whole thing is a problem area, type of thing. I need to lose weight everywhere, type of thing. But okay, like the one place where I have noticed that I'm losing weight that I can't like take measurements on it, but I've noticed this change. And okay, so you guys probably won't be able to see it because you can't see it. Like, if I go like this, you can't see it because, so I have to do a little magic trick, right? I have to go like this. I mean, who walks around like this? But I noticed that when I go like this, my collarbone is like starting to make an appearance. So like that's fun for me. The fact that my collarbone is making an appearance. I'll be happy when I don't have to do little magic tricks to make it appear when it's just there all the time. But till then, I will keep at it. I mentioned that I've been going, work is starting, school is starting. Actually, the first day of school is on Monday. So I've been at trainings and setting up my classroom this past week and the week before. And a couple just little NSVs happened. Like I would run into people in the hallway or at trainings, and the look on their faces when they saw me, it was priceless. Even the ones when they would look at me in the face for like 2 seconds and then do this, the whole like looking at me up and down. It was kind of awkward at first, but then I was like, oh wait, that's them realizing that I'm smaller. That's them realizing that I'm losing weight. So that was great. It was just like a little boost whenever I ran into somebody new. I mean, and some people would say something, you know, would encourage, you know, some words of encouragement. Other would just do the whole looking at my body versus my face, and it's like, come on, you guys, keep your eyes up here, type of thing. But it was great. Another thing that happened, I mean, I guess you can call it an NSV, because of the way that I reacted, the way that I reacted to the situation, was that yesterday when I was walking out from work, it was actually late. And I say late, but I mean, the work day was over, but I had stayed after school to finish setting up my classroom and making sure that everything was ready. So I was walking out, and I noticed that there's a new teacher at my campus, and I noticed she was still there. So I stopped by just to see how she was doing and if she needed help, type of thing, with anything. And there was another teacher there, a male teacher who I worked with last year, and I stopped in and I asked her, hey, how's it going, type of thing. And we were in the middle of a conversation, and the guy teacher was like, oh, hey, Diana, I meant to ask, to tell you, hold on, first, I meant to tell you you're looking really good. He's like, are you losing, you lost some weight, right? You're losing weight, right? And I was like, yeah. And I kind of gave him that look like, yeah, because we're friends on Facebook. And I've mentioned before that I told people on Facebook that I had a VSG surgery, and he's friends with me on Facebook. So I was just kind of like, yeah, buddy, that's the whole point of weight loss surgery, to lose weight, you know, type of thing. I don't know. It was just kind of weird coming from him, because like I was just like, well, duh, I'm losing weight. Like, what else would I be doing after weight loss surgery? Anyways, so then I was like, yeah, I was like, yeah, you're right. I was like, thanks for noticing. You know, I've lost some weight over summer. And then the girl was like, the girl teacher, the female teacher, was like, oh, that's great. So what are you doing? Are you trying some new diet, something like that? And I was like, yeah, no. And then she like giggled because I kind of chuckled, and she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, I've changed my diet. I was like, I'm not on a diet, but I've changed my diet. It's high protein and low carb. And I was actually eating a Power Crunch bar, which, side note, I was eating a wild berry cream or something. It's so good. It reminds me of the strawberry wafer cookies. So I recommend those if you're looking for some type of protein bar. I don't know the stats on it. It's probably high in carbohydrates because it has like little wafer cookies in it. But it was so good. It's so good, and it gives you like 13 grams of protein. So anyways, back to my story. I told her, I was like, yeah, high protein, low carb. I was like, but I also had weight loss surgery in May. I was like, actually May 23rd to be exact. And then the guy teacher like looked at me, and he was like, what? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I was absent the last 8 days of school. And he was like, oh, I didn't realize that you were out. And he was like, but wait, you probably mentioned it on Facebook, right? And I was like, yeah, I did. He was like, oh, okay. And then the girl teacher chimes in, and she's like, oh, wow. So you had weight loss surgery? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, that's probably something I should look into. She's a big girl. And she was like, but this is where my NSV comes in. So she was like, but she was like, oh, she's like, I should probably think about, that's something that I should probably think about, but I'm not ready to give up yet. Like, when she said that, it was just like a knife through my heart type of thing. I was like, I was seeing red type of thing. Like, part of me was like, what, bitch? Me giving up, me having weight loss surgery is me giving up since when? Like, I was not aware of that. And then the other part of me was like, this is a perfect example, a perfect time to like school someone on what it really is, and that's the road that I took. And this was all, you guys, like in 0.2 seconds. Like, all this was going through my head, like, because, you know, I knew I had to respond as soon as she stopped talking, right? That's like communication. So anyway, so I kind of, after hearing the, you know, I'm not ready to give up yet, I was like, yeah, I was like, I understand how you feel. I was like, that's kind of how I felt for a while. I was like, deciding to have weight loss surgery was not an easy thing for me. I was like, because I was actually against weight loss surgery for a long time. I was like, I also believed it was the easy way out. I was like, but after trying for many years to lose weight, to get healthier, and failing every time, I was like, I decided to do my research and figure out what tools were out there to help me get healthier. I was like, and that's when I decided to have VSG surgery, which is one of the many types of surgeries that you could have that are part of the weight loss surgery. And she was just like, I guess that's when she like realized what she said. And she was like, oh yeah, but that, you know, that's great, and I should probably look into it. And I said, well, you know, when you're ready, or if you, or whenever, if you feel like it's for you, I was like, you should look into it. I was like, and if you have any questions, you can just, you know, let me know. And at that point, my like cell phone went off, and I had to answer it. So, you know, I said my goodbyes type of thing, and like, I really felt good about it. Like, the way that I handled it, that was the first time that I've ever had to tell someone other than my family members or my friends, my close friends that I care about in person. That was the first time that I had to tell someone, a stranger, and I know I didn't have to say anything. I know I could have just said, I mean, I don't know what I could have said. And I don't want to say I could have lied, because it's not really lying if you don't tell someone that you've had surgery. By any means, it's not lying. It's just not saying the whole truth, you know, you're not under oath type of thing. But like, just the fact that and she wasn't being mean, she wasn't being rude, she wasn't doing anything, she was just expressing her thoughts on how she felt about it for herself. And I was able to give an answer to me. The answer that I gave her was not only justifying it, having surgery for myself, but it was also like letting her know that it's okay, that if she wants surgery, that if surgery is something that she would want, it's an option, and it's not some taboo or something to be ashamed of. So to me, that was an NSV, because I was able to have this conversation with her and with with a stranger, basically, and then with this other male colleague at the same time, and being able to explain myself and not get emotional about it, and then or get upset or anything. And it was just great. Like, I felt like really empowered at that moment, because I was sticking up for myself, and I wasn't even sticking up for myself. I don't know. Point is, it felt good. It felt good to have that experience, have to go through that experience, and not feel flustered, and not get anxious or anything like that. So those were my NSVs from school. Another thing that I did yesterday, it's not an NSV by any means. I went out with some friends. Well, actually, we had a girls' night in type of thing, and with two friends. One of them her name's Angie, and she had RNY surgery over a year ago. Yeah, in May. So yeah, so over a year ago. And my other friend Elda, I've mentioned her before. And we had girls' night in, and I had wine. I did. I had wine. I had a total of a glass of wine. I had about half a glass earlier in the evening, and then another half glass later in the evening, and it was good. I like wine. I could feel it. It was weird. I can tell you that the feeling that it gave me was weird. It felt like kind of how I would feel after about 6 martinis. Okay, this girl could hold her liquor before surgery. And I'm saying 6 martinis and I'm being like conservative there. But yeah, I can hold my own with alcohol. But even after like half a glass, like my lips were tingly and I could like feel it. Like, and I got hot and I'm like redder than I usually am. And I could feel it. I mean, it wasn't like buzz, and it's not like I felt it, like it impaired my judgment or thinking or anything like that, but I could like feel it in my body, type of thing. Oh, another time, like moving on from the alcohol that I had, I actually had regular coffee for the first time since surgery, and I actually, it was not on accident because I obviously knew what I was doing when I had it, but I was running late one day, so I wasn't able to make my decaf coffee, because I have been making decaf coffee because to me it's never been about the caffeine, it's more about the smell and the taste of it. So I woke up late, I didn't have time to make my coffee in the morning, and at school they had coffee, and everyone around me was drinking coffee, so I could smell it. I was like, I really want coffee. Excuse me. So then when we had a break, I went and I got a cup of coffee. It was like the 6-ounce cups of coffee, styrofoam cups of coffee type of thing. I didn't even drink half of it. I couldn't drink half of it. Why, you ask? Oh, because I felt the caffeine coursing through me. My leg wouldn't stop moving. I was just like moving it, like just like tapping my foot, and then my sister works with me at my school. My older sister works with me, and she like grabbed my leg and she's like, "Stop it, Diana." So then I grab a pin and I like start clicking at it, and I couldn't sit still. I have never felt that way. I was like, so this is what a junkie feels like? Because I mean, I was just moving and I was just like looking everywhere, and I was just like, I couldn't sit still. And then they released us after, so I was sitting there for like 30 minutes, just like being impatient and just like looking everywhere and not being able to stay still. And then they released us and they let us go to our classroom, and like, it just, I have never felt that way in my life. Just like I felt it through my body, like I felt my heart racing, not so much racing like too much, but it felt ugly. And I've never felt that way before, and I don't think I'm gonna have regular coffee anytime soon again, if that's the side effect that's gonna give me. Just wondering, did anybody else feel that way after having coffee for the first time after surgery? So anyways, the other thing, okay, so I mentioned that I'm doing the best that I can. And I am. I'm not perfect by any means. I think the only goal that I stick to every single day is my water goal. Every day I drink, 48 ounces of water, if not more. And that's not including decaf coffee, and that's not including tea if I have tea at night, and that's not including a protein shake if I drink one. And I just said if because I just can't. I'm done with protein shakes, and I know I shouldn't be saying that because of the fact that my goal is to increase the amount of protein that I'm intaking. Because with food alone, I'm only ingesting between like 50-something to 60-something grams of protein, and I know I need more, or at least I want to see what taking in more protein will do. Because I don't know, I just want to see what that'll do. Not only that, I hear everybody else is intaking between 80 and 90, if not 100 plus, and with my measly 60 grams of protein, you know, I just want to know, I just want to see if my body wants and needs that extra protein, or if I don't need it. According to my nutritionist, all I need is 60, but again, I just want to see. And drinking protein shakes in the morning, I can't do that. I thought that would be my go-to, because it would be the easiest thing. to make in the morning and take it and drink it on my commute to work, and then when I get to work type of thing. But those protein shakes, they hit my stomach so hard that I feel like, I call it like water belly, where like it just feels like cold and filled with liquid. I feel that way for about the 45 to an hour that it takes me to drink it now. And then an hour after I drink it, I still feel that way. And I feel icky, and I don't want you to talk to me and don't bother me. And I can't say that to my 21 kindergartners. I can't say, no buddy, I don't want to talk to you right now. Go away. I can't do that. So either I need to figure out a way to have a protein shake like later on in the day, or just eat more meals throughout the day. And that was one of the things that I was talking to Angie about, as I mentioned before, she had RNY surgery, that I mentioned to her is that she does the whole 5 small meals throughout the day, which is what we're all supposed to be doing, or could be doing, whatever. I shouldn't say supposed to be doing, because we all have different plans and whatever. But with me, it's a mental game, because my whole life, my mom has been very adamant about 3 meals a day, maybe a small snack in between. So I have like 34 years of that being engraved in my head, of you don't snack throughout the day, you don't eat throughout the day. So but I know that with my surgery, that is what I need. I need to have smaller meals throughout the day in order for me to get in the amount of protein that I want. Or I can have a shake. So that is my goal, especially with school starting and having an actual routine and an actual schedule versus all summer long, which was great because I got to recover, I got to rest, I got to do so many nice things in the summertime. But now with school starting, I will actually have a schedule, I'll have a routine, and I can break up my meals around my schedule, and hopefully I'll be able to intake more protein. But that is pretty much all, and I did want to do I usually do a body shot on my monthly anniversary, surgery type of thingy. However, with the way that I have the camera set up, it's not going to happen. But I guess I'll do it month 4. So till then, I want to thank all of you guys for watching this long. And if you have a YouTube channel and I'm not following you and you are following me, let me know. I noticed the other day when I actually got on the computer that I have gained a whole lot of subscribers, and I thank you so much for subscribing, liking, commenting. It means a lot to me. And when I see that you've subscribed, I usually try to subscribe to your channel right away if you have a channel. But if I haven't, please let me know in the comments below, and I will most definitely subscribe to your channel and follow your journey as you follow mine. So I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, day type of thing. Wish you all the best. Send you much love. Bye.